Hello again, Year 6. So, today we are going to be looking at adverbs to show possibility. So, first of all, let's recap. So, last week, or a few weeks back, we looked at modal verbs. Have a think, remind yourself, what is a modal verb? So, a modal verb shows whether a sentence shows certainty or possibility. So, if you cast your minds back, there are a few words that are called modal, a few verbs that are called modal verbs. Can you remember any of them? So remember, we've got the ones that show certainty and the ones that show possibility. We ordered them into a table. See if you can remember and visualize that table in your heads. Pause the video. How many modal verbs can you remember? Okay, let's have a look at them. So we've got certainty, will, can, must, and shall. And for possibility, we've got may, might, should, ought, would, and could. Well done if you remembered all of those modal verbs. So today then we're going to be looking at adverbs to show possibility. So the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to try and remind yourself what an adverb is. Have a think, it's an adverb. What is an adverb? So an adverb describes a verb, which is an action, an adjective, or other adverbs. So there are adverbs to describe place, time, possibility, manner, which is how something is being done, and frequency, which is how often something is being done. So you should be able to remember those because if you remember in our classroom up on our working wall, we have those adverbs up there. So as I've said, today we're going to be looking at adverbs of possibility. So just have a think to yourself, what do you think an adverb of possibility is? Think about the two words. We've got adverb and we've got possibility. Can you work out what an adverb of possibility is? Think about what those words mean. So an adverb of possibility has the specific purpose of indicating how likely something is to happen. So it's an adverb that's put in the sentence solely to show how possible something is. So these are your adverbs of possibility, or the most common ones that you will use. So we've got certainly, definitely, maybe, possibly, surely, probably, perhaps, undoubtedly, obviously, and clearly. Okay, so these show how possible something is. So what I would like you to do now, I would like you to just look at the screen for a few minutes and try and remember all of those adverbs of possibility. Okay, because on the next slide, we're going to see how many you've remembered. Okay, so just have a look for a few moments. Okay, how many can you remember? So pause the video now and just write them down for me, the ones that you've remembered, please. So, certainly, definitely, maybe, possibly, surely, clearly, obviously, undoubtedly, perhaps, and probably. Well done if you remembered any of those. Extra well done if you remembered them all. So, as I've said, these all indicate how possible something is in a sentence. So what I would like you to do now is I would like you to order them from least likely to most likely. So least possible to most possible. So how I would do it, I would draw a line on your piece of paper and I would put least likely on the left hand side and most likely on the right hand side, and I would then put those words onto that line. Pause the video now and have a go at doing that. Okay, so this is how mine looks. So I've said that my least certain is possibly and my most certain is undoubtedly. We've got all the other ones in the middle. So I've put possibly, perhaps, maybe, probably, surely, certainly, clearly, obviously, definitely, undoubtedly. Now, don't worry if you've got some of them mixed up in the middle because they do all mean similar things. But undoubtedly, for example, indefinitely should be more towards most certain, and possibly, maybe, perhaps should be more towards least certain. So don't worry if they're not in the exact same order, just as long as they are in a similar place on your number line. Okay, so let's recap. An adverb to indicate possibility has the specific purpose to show how likely something is in a sentence. So it's the one adverb, the one word that shows how likely the sentence is. But remember, they are different from modal verbs because adverbs of possibility will describe a verb, whereas a modal verb is another verb that describes how likely the next verb is. Okay, so what I would like you to do now is I would like you to complete the sentences below to change the certainty of them, okay? So for example, it is going to rain today. Up here at the top of your page, you have got your adverbs of possibility. So I might change that sentence to, it is definitely going to rain today, or it is undoubtedly going to rain today. What I would like you to do, I would like you to add an adverb of possibility into each of these sentences to change the certainty of them. Pause the video now and have a go. Okay, there are lots of variations that you could have done, but as long as your sentence is grammatically correct and you have added one of these adverbs of possibility, then I'm sure you got them correct. So I'll do a few examples for you. So I've done some for the first one. So for the second one, I am going to high school next year. You could have had, I am definitely going to high school next year. I am certainly going to high school next year. I am obviously going to high school next year. And your last one, I am going to the shops today. I am possibly going to the shops today. I am probably going to the shops today. Okay, so it shows the different certainty of each sentence. So what I would like you to do now then, I would like you to write me a sentence using the following adverb possibility about the subject given. Okay, so these are the subjects here. Okay, so what the sentence is going to be about, and these are the adverbs of possibility. So for example, I would like you to write me a sentence about a birthday cake using the adverb of possibility undoubtedly. I'd like a sentence about rabbits using the adverb clearly. I'd like a sentence about a scooter using the adverb possibility. A sentence about a snowflake using the adverb obviously. A sentence about an onion using the adverb surely. And a sentence about a train using the adverb maybe. Okay, does that make sense? Once you've done these, I would love it if you could take a picture of it and email me them. I'd love to see what you come up with. Speak to you soon, Year 6.